Welcome back. Medical emergencies don't wait on people's schedule or travel times. Life and death situations happen very fast.
And with families so spread out these days, sometimes they can't be with their loved ones when they're needed most.
Valley News Team's Lisa Bedeau shows us a new program at Sanford Health that makes sure no one dies alone.
So I've looked for you in the sanctuary to see your power and your glory, because your loving kindness is better than life.
Barbara Bowman has a job that few people understand.
It's a privilege to be able to do something that is that important.
Barbara is a volunteer with the No One Dies Alone program. If a patient is alone,
therefore in the shadow of your wings I will rejoice.
She spends time with them in their final hours.
We make such a big deal about when people are born. It's just all this hoopla, and you know, it's really a big deal. And when somebody dies, it's something to be marked.
She says reading psalms, singing, and just visiting with patients often brings them peace.
It's not about you. It's about the person in the bed. And for myself, I just want to do whatever I can do to make that easier on them.
Sanford chaplain, Sister Julie Karen, says it's a program she's been passionate about for years.
The first time I walked onto the floor, I walked past a door where an elderly woman was all by herself, dying. And I made a vow to myself at that time, saying, if I have anything to do about it, no one will die alone.
Sister Julie knows death scares a lot of people, but she says it doesn't have to. She says the passing from earth to heaven is an experience to be cherished.
People will say, ask me what I do, and I tell them, oh, you know, that they'll say, well, how do you do that? You must be crazy. And I would say I would be crazy not to do what I do.
Barbara says she'll remain on call because no one deserves to die alone.
It's a thing to mark. You know, it's an event, you know, not as we would think about big events, and so it is a privilege.
Now, there is a very specific criteria that has to be met before doctors will call on volunteers in the No One Dies Alone program. The patients are all within 48 hours of dying. And if you've lost a loved one, you know the process of bereavement can be a very long road.
That's why Valley News Team's Hope Hanselman went in search to find what resources are available when tragedy hits. She joins us now. Hope, you've found some helping hands?
I did. In fact, there are more than you might realize. From the moment life takes a turn for the worst till years afterwards, I found some resources in the Fargo-Moorhead area that are making a difference for those living with grief. They're stories, of course, of loss, but also of strength.
I just sat in peace and fulfillment in prayer and just meditated upon what had happened and didn't necessarily need all the answers.
I'll show you much more tomorrow during a special report on Valley News Live 10 at 10.